students, welcome to this video. So we're going to solve Mathematics 2025 paper 2, and that is 1B. So this question is coming from probability. So the question here says, a boy uses two different buses to go to school. On a particular day, the probability that the first bus is late is 0.2, and the probability that the second bus is not late is 0.7. Find the probability that on this day, 1, both buses are late. Then number 2, only one bus is late. How do we solve this question? Let's go on to the solutions. So let's start with the first one. So what you need to know is that the total of possible outcomes for any probability should equal to 1. So the total of all the possible outcomes for any probability should equal to 1. So that means the possible probability for the bus of it being late and of it not being late should give you 1. That's the total. So given that this first bus, the probability that the first bus is late is 0.2. So first bus, so abbreviate first bus with FB. So probability that it is late is 0.2. What about the probability of it not being late? So not late for this first bus, so let me just abbreviate probability. So probability of not being late for the first bus is going to be 1 minus 0.2, which will give you, it will give you 0.8. So that's the probability that it is not late. What about for the second bus? So second bus, our abbreviated SB. The probability of it being late, so the probability that is given was for it not late. So not late, so being not late is 0.7. What about the probability that it is late? The probability that it is late is going to be 1 minus 0.7, which will give you 0.3. So now the first equation says both buses are late. So the probability both buses are late. So I'll say first bus late times second bus late. So the probability for the first bus being late is 0.2. Then times the probability for the second bus being late is 0.3. So 0.2 times 0.3. 0.2 times 0.3, it will give you 0.06. So that's the probability for both buses being late. What about about only one bus should be late. So probability, the options that we have, so probability only one bus late. So here what it means is that one bus should be early and the other one should be late. So let's say for the first one, the first bus is early. So if the first bus is early, it means it's not late. What's the probability of the first bus not being late? 0.8. 0.8. Then times the other one where we're saying it is late. So that's the second bus. So the second bus we're going to say is late. What's the probability that it is late? Which is 0.3. 0.3. Then you say plus. Then the other one. So since for this one we've already written the first bus is not late and the second bus is late. So for the other option is that the second bus should not be late and then the first bus should be late. So for the first bus to be late, we are going to have 0.2. So we have 0.2 then times, that is 0.2. The first bus is late and then the second bus is early, which is not late, which is 0.7. 0.7. So this is how you calculate this probability here. So we're going to say 0.8 times 0.3. 0.8 times 0.3. It will give us 0.24. 0.24. Then plus 0.2 times 0.7. 0.2 times 0.7. What does it give us? 0.14. 0.14. So let's now add these numbers. So finally it gives you 0.38. So these are the probabilities. So the first one had 2 marks. So this one had 2 marks. We have 2, this one. Then the other one is 3. So that means we're going to get 3 marks here. And then here we're going to have 3 marks. So this is how you solve questions for probability. So let me explain again so that I summarize. So we have 2 buses here. This boy uses 2 buses. So the probability that the first bus is late is 0.2. Then, and the probability that the second bus is not late is 0.7. Find the probability that on this day both buses are late. If the first bus is late, we have 0.2. Then, what's the probability of the second bus being late? Since the probability that we are given here is for it not being late, which is 0.7. So for it to be late is 0.3. You subtract this 0.7 from 1. So that you have 0.2 times 0.3. The first bus is late and the second bus is late. So that's the probability. Then here, probability that only one bus should be late. Here, the options you have is that for the first option, you have the first bus should be late and the second bus not late. Then the other one should be the second bus should be late and the first bus should be early. So that's the probability for here, which gave us 0.38. understood on this probability question. Thank you for watching the video.